There is someone who has lost the plot entirely where you are concerned. Not in a way that worries anyone, not in the crisis sense or the concerning sense or the please someone intervene sense, in the specific, completely human, I did not sign up for this level of wanting, and yet here I am sense of someone who has been overtaken by a feeling that is significantly larger and significantly more physical and significantly more urgent than anything their ordinary self management is equipped to handle. Feral is the word. Not chosen carelessly, chosen because it is the accurate description of what happens to a person's carefully maintained composure when a specific wanting reaches a specific level of intensity. When the rational, managed, I am a composed person who handles their feelings with dignity version of themselves encounters something that version simply does not have the tools to address. When the wanting becomes more animal than intellectual, more immediate than considered, more body than mind, that is where this person is right now, in the feral territory. In the specific place that Virgo, with your particular quality of composed, dignified, this is who I am groundedness, has driven someone who was probably, before you became the specific preoccupation you have become, a reasonably put together individual with a reasonably intact relationship with their own self-control. Before you, after you, they are losing sleep over the thought of kissing you, thinking about your lips specifically, thinking about kissing them the specific, sustained, until it leaves a mark way that the title describes. Not a quick, appropriate, this is a reasonable expression of affection kiss, the other kind. The kind that a person thinks about when they have been wanting something long enough that the wanting has become extremely specific about exactly what it wants. This is a physical reading. It is a reading about desire in its most honest, most immediate, most human form. And I am going to talk about it directly because you deserve honesty about what is happening in someone's interior rather than a euphemistic version of it. Drop the word feral in the comments right now and subscribe to this channel because what I am about to show you, the full, unfiltered, slightly undignified, completely genuine picture of what you have done to someone who did not plan to be this thoroughly undone, is going to make you understand your own effect on people in a completely new way. Let me describe what feral actually means in the specific context of this person and this wanting. It means the management has stopped working. Whatever combination of discipline and distraction and deliberate redirection of attention this person normally uses to keep their feelings at a functional level, to remain a person who can operate in daily life without their interior state being obvious to everyone around them. Those mechanisms are no longer producing the results they are supposed to produce. They try to think about something else. They end up thinking about you, about the specific physical reality of you. About your lips in particular, the title is not metaphorical. The fixation has become genuinely specific, and about the wanting that has attached itself to that specific detail with a particular, this is exactly what I want, quality that does not respond to rational redirection. They try to be sensible Their sensible mind makes a case for composure and appropriate behavior and the maintaining of whatever the current state of things is between you rather than the expressing of what they actually want. And then the wanting ignores the case entirely and continues being exactly what it is without any reduction in intensity. They try to wait for the feeling to diminish. It does not diminish. It has been not diminishing for long enough that they have begun to understand that diminishing is not what this particular feeling does. It does the opposite. It finds new specificity, new urgency, new ways of making itself known in the most inconvenient possible moments with the most inconvenient possible vividness. The feral quality is the loss of the management. The specific, I have tried all my usual approaches and none of them are working quality of someone who has encountered something their ordinary mechanisms cannot address. Something that has gone past the level where management is an adequate response. Something that requires not management but expression, not containing but acting on. They have not acted on it yet, but the not acting on it is becoming the more difficult choice with every passing day. Let me be specific about the lips fixation, because it is in the title and it is real and it deserves description. Your lips have become a particular subject of preoccupation for this person, not in a detached aesthetic appreciation way, in the specific, I think about kissing them and the thought produces a physical response way of someone who has crossed from the territory of general attraction into the territory of very particular wanting. Why specifically the lips? Because lips are the most communicative part of the face, the part that changes most expressively, the part that does the most in terms of how a person's interior state becomes visible in their exterior presentation. And yours specifically have something in them that this person has been paying enough attention to register. The way they move when you are thinking, the specific quality they take on when you are about to say something real, the barely perceptible change that happens in the moments before genuine expression rather than managed expression. The way they change shape when something is funny before the laugh has fully arrived. The way they look when you are being completely honestly yourself rather than appropriately socially yourself. This person has been watching all of this, not creepily the way someone watches someone they are genuinely, thoroughly attracted to, with the specific, I find everything about this person interesting quality of attention that real attraction produces. And what they have been watching has produced the specific, I want to kiss that specifically quality of desire that is not about lips in the abstract, but about your lips in the particular. The love bites reference is not accidental either. What this person is thinking about is not a gentle, measured expression of affection. It is the wanting to leave a mark quality of desire that arrives when someone has been wanting something long enough and specifically enough that the wanting itself has taken on an intensity that the gentler versions of its expression cannot adequately represent. They want to kiss you until it is undeniable that they did, until there is something physical left behind as evidence. That is the level of wanting we are dealing with. Now, let me describe the broader picture of what this person is experiencing. The full, multidimensional wanting that the lip fixation is the most immediate expression. They want your attention. The specific, I want to be the thing you are most aware of quality of wanting to occupy the foreground of your experience the way you occupy the foreground of theirs. They have been living with you as their primary preoccupation for long enough that the asymmetry of it, they are thinking about you constantly while you may or may not be thinking about them with comparable frequency, has become something they want to address. Not through making you think about them deliberately, through being close enough, present enough, honest enough about what they feel that your awareness of them naturally increases. They want your time. The specific, I want to be what you choose when you have free choice quality of wanting to be selected for your company, not because of obligation or circumstance, but because you want to be with them. Because spending time with them produces something for you because you choose them and they want you. The complete, physical, entirely present you. In the proximity that allows the feral quality of what they have been feeling to finally have somewhere honest to go. The wanting to kiss you until your lips are sore is not the totality of what they want. It is the most immediate and most urgent expression of a wanting that is complete, that includes everything. That is not satisfied by the partial version. Let me speak to something about the way this desire has affected this person's behavior around you. How it has been making itself visible in the specific, this is not how they normally operate ways that desire at this level always eventually produces in a person's behavior. They are more deliberate about being near you, not obviously so they are not following you around or engineering obvious reasons to be in the same space. More subtly than that, the specific, I find myself available when there is an opportunity, quality of someone whose scheduling and choices and availability have begun to organize themselves without any explicit intention around the possibility of your presence. They are more aware of your physical proximity when it exists. The specific, I know exactly how close we are quality of someone for whom the physical distance between you has become a thing they are tracking in a way that is different from how they track physical distance from other people. When you are near them, the awareness is heightened. The specific quality of wanting that is always present becomes more immediate, more difficult to manage, more insistent. They hold contact slightly longer than necessary. Eye contact, incidental physical contact if it occurs. The moment at the end of an interaction before it naturally concludes. A slight extension of these things that is barely perceptible but is the result of the same impulse, the desire to close the distance, to extend the proximity, to be near you for just slightly longer than the situation strictly requires. All of this is the feral wanting leaking through the management in the small, deniable, I could explain this as something else, ways that desire at this level leaks through before it finally expresses itself fully. I want to talk about your side of this, about what you feel when you are in proximity to this person, about whether the wanting is as entirely one sided as the framing of this reading might suggest. The honest card's answer is that it is not entirely one sided. There is something in you around this person that has its own physical dimension, its own warmth that is specifically bodily rather than purely emotional or intellectual, its own awareness of their proximity that has a quality to it that is different from how you register the proximity of people for whom you feel nothing particular. You have been managing this in the specific, very Virgo way of keeping it at a level that is functional and not embarrassing, of not allowing it to become something that produces visible behavior, because visible behavior around attraction feels vulnerable in a way that Virgo's composed exterior is not comfortable with. But it is there, underneath the composure, the specific, warm, this person specifically quality of physical awareness that you have been carrying privately around this person. The noticing of them when they are in your space, the specific quality of their physical presence that you have been registering without fully letting yourself acknowledge that you are registering it. The wanting between you is not entirely asymmetrical. The expression of it is asymmetrical. They are further down the path of letting it be what it is than you are. But the wanting itself has a counterpart in you that the management has been keeping quieter than theirs. What happens next? What does the energy of this reading suggest about the direction this level of wanting is moving? It is moving toward expression. The feral quality of what they feel has reached a level that is not sustainable as a purely interior experience. The wanting to kiss you until your lips are sore is not a wanting that resolves by being patient about it. It resolves by being acted on. And the acting on requires a moment, the right moment, the specific, this is when it happens moment that both of you will know when it arrives, because every encounter has been building toward it. That moment is approaching in the specific, something is going to happen soon, quality of energy that is present between you right now. The accumulation of all the proximity and all the managed wanting and all the extended contact and all the specific awareness of each other that has been building. There is a pressure, a building quality, the particular compressed quality of two things that are supposed to come together, being held apart by the thinnest possible membrane of timing and circumstance, and the remaining shreds of management that have not yet given way to the wanting. When the membrane gives, when the right moment arrives, and the distance that has been maintained by the management collapses, what happens is going to have the specific, finally, quality of something that has been under pressure for long enough that its release is complete, not tentative, not careful, the full expression of what has been building, the love bites quality of what they have been thinking about. Let me close with something honest about desire and about what it means to be wanted in this specific physical, I have gone feral and there is nothing I can do about it way. Being wanted this specifically and this physically is not a small thing. It is not the comfortable, pleasant, I enjoy your company wanting of someone who finds you generally appealing. It is the specific, I cannot stop thinking about kissing you. I am losing sleep. I have a plan wanting of someone who has been genuinely, significantly, particularly affected by you, who has not been able to manage their way back to neutral since you became the specific preoccupation you have become, who has arrived at the feral territory and is currently resident there with the specific quality of wishing you would give them a reason to stop managing and start expressing. You produced this, not through strategy, not through deliberate seduction or calculated presentation, through the ordinary, unrepeatable, this is just how I exist quality of your physical presence in the world. Through the specific way your clothes fit you, and the specific way you move, and the specific details of your face, and specifically your lips that have become the primary subject of someone's most insistent preoccupation. The version of you that produced this is the daily version, the unremarkable, not trying, this is just me version, the one that is not performing anything for anyone. That version is driving someone absolutely feral. Let yourself know that. Really know it. In the specific, grounded, this is true about me way of someone who has received accurate information about their own effect on people and who is allowing the information to update their self-understanding. You have this effect on this person right now in the specific, losing sleep, thinking about your lips, planning what comes next, way that the title describes. And the plan they have been forming in the privacy of their own very occupied mind is moving closer to its execution. Be ready. Because when they finally stop managing and start expressing what they have been carrying, when the feral finally finds its full and honest expression, it is going to have the specific, I have wanted this for a long time quality of something that has been under pressure long enough that when the pressure releases, it releases completely. You asked for honest. That is what is coming. Tell me in the comments, can you feel this energy, the specific, warmer than ordinary, more deliberately near you quality of someone whose wanting has reached the level I described? Drop feral if this reading found you somewhere real and warm today. Tell me if you have been registering the proximity awareness I described. Tell me if the eye contact has had a particular quality. Tell me if you have felt the membrane I described, the thin, barely holding quality of something that is about to give way. Because it is barely holding, and when it goes completely. With everything, Virgo, I will see you in the next one.